All right, I guess I'm doing tool reviews now. All right, so what do we got here? We've got here, looks like a funny looking tool, but what it is a wire stripper. Okay, let me tell you a little something about this wire stripper, or about wire stripping in general. I have been doing wiring and wiring jobs and all of that for a very long time. Like, I've done it before. A lot of times I've stripped wires with a knife, sorry. And it'll work okay, it'll work pretty good. But the one thing I absolutely hated was doing wire stripping, because it's always a big pain in the butt and it takes forever, and I think that of all the things I've done, it takes the longest. And here's what I did, is I went out and I got sick and tired one day and I went and spent 35 bucks on this Irwin brand wire stripper, and I swear this is probably the best $35 purchase I've made for wiring ever. So this is Vise-Grip on the side, and I'll say Vise-Grip everywhere, but this is actually Irwin brand. The Irwin brand tools, if you're getting Vise-Grips, or I guess the Vise-Grips is like locking pliers or anything Irwin brand. Irwin is a very good brand. They make very reliable tools. They make specialty tools for different things, and I quite like them. All the Irwin tools that I have, bolt removers, Vise-Grips, I guess this one has Vise-Grip branded. But all the Irwin tools that I've got, they work great. And this thing is no exception. What it is, it's a wire stripper that is self-adjusting. So I've got a little piece of wire here. It's a tiny little guy, right? So let's do this here live. So I put my wire in there, and I can adjust this little notch here. So it has markings here. I can see how much how much of the wire will actually strip off. So if I stick it all the way in there, and it'll come to a stop there, and it won't push it out any further. At that point, then I can just take my wire strippers, I grab the handle, pull the handle down, and that's it. There we go. That is all there is to it. And don't even have to think about it. It's pretty much idiot proof. It takes no time flat. You can do, like, I've done wires up to, oh, I can't remember, what's this one rated to? Insulation gripper, up to 22 gauge, but I've done up to 10 gauge there. But I've done probably bigger than 10 gauge wire, and it works really well. Like, I found that if they have really fine wire, like a little tiny wire and a really thick insulation, it won't work nearly as good. You probably have to add a knife into it. But if you have typical wires like this, where it's got a bit of insulation, a bit of wire, oh, you just rip right through everything. And not only that, it's got the wire cutter here, and then it's got also the crimper for your so if you have any connectors or anything, you get a crimper over here, which I typically don't. I try to avoid using connectors, but it's nice to have this all in one tool. Like, I don't even have to think about what type of wire gauge I have and stick it into the right hole. I just stick it in, pull it, and that's it. It's stripped. You can get 10 wires in like 5 seconds. It's really that easy. And you know what? I've been using it for quite some time now, and I don't think I'll ever go back. I'm holding on to this thing. I'm not even lending it out to anyone. I'm keeping this thing in my back pocket at all times. Good luck prying this out of my cold dead hands. One of my favorite tool investments recently. Definitely give it a very, very high recommendation as something you should carry in your toolbox. $35 sounds like a lot for a wire stripper, but if you're paying 10 bucks for a wire stripper, you only have hassle. Just put the money into it. It's not even that expensive. Compared to other tools you can buy, that's not very much. And especially if you do more than, I don't know, 15-20 minute wiring job, you're gonna love this thing. So let's do a little test here, okay? So I've got my wire stripper. Let me go grab a couple of like a big bundle of wires I got sitting around here. All right. So here we are, basically just a big bundle of wires. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it right here, just so we are all on the same page here. I'm gonna cut it right there. See if I can actually, sorry, I'm not even getting it in the cutter itself. There we go. I'm missing it. I'm trying to film it and look at what I'm doing at the same time. All right. So we've got our, see if we can get this camera, 4 wires here. Let's see how fast I can rip through these 4 wires in real time here. And I'm gonna just try to do this as quick as I can. All right, let's go. Oop, missed that one. Got to clear out the insulation before you go to the next one. It's one thing, you got to clear out the insulation. But there you go, 4 wires. And the only reason it took so long is because you have to clear the insulation out of the unit before you go on to the next wire, or else it just gets caught up in it and it doesn't catch the next wire. So let's do that again here quickly. So let's cut these wires one more time. And these are just scrap wires I have just lying around. Let's cut these wires one more time. See if I can get it completely in camera, in frame the entire time. All right, let's do this one more time here. Ready? That's it. 4 wires in, I don't even know how fast that was. But you can see that this works incredibly well, and I don't even have to think about it. Like I can, if I wanted a lot longer wire, then that's it. Like I could just move this thing completely out of the way, like that, and I would want, I don't know, some ridiculously long end on it. So I have this giant hunk of, I don't know what it is, it looks like a piece of duct tape or whatever. So I can just choose how long I want it. And see, there's 2 wires in here too. This is a double-ended wire, so I could just go like this. I guess it doesn't work nearly as well on 2 wires. But yeah, 2 wires side by side, still works. That easy. I think there's also an adjustment for how tight I put this down. So again, I can change the clamping tension. So 2 wires, a little bit more clamping tension. No problems whatsoever. This thing strips like nobody's business. If you needed any more proof, just buy it. If you need a wire stripper, just buy this thing. That's pretty much it. If you found this useful, or you found it not useful and you disagree with me, tell me why you disagree with me. And yeah, as always, comment, subscribe, like my video. Check me out on Twitter and Facebook, 'cause I post funny things occasionally. I'm typically not a funny person, but I like to help you guys out. So if found this helpful, let me know. All right, take care, guys.